All right, mic check, Mommas podcast. I was made, of course. I got some special guests with me today. I got Miss Q, you know what I'm saying? Most popular in Augusta, you know.
Hello,
How you doing?
Mommas.
How you doing, Q?
I'm good. How you doing?
I can't complain. Talk to the mic a little bit.
All right.
Well, tell me who you got with me. Let them go down the line saying who they are and what they are to you.
All right. So these are my kids. I'm gonna let them introduce themselves, starting with my oldest on the right of me.
I'm Nakia. I'm 20.
Okay.
I'm the oldest.
I'm Javarius. I'm 19. I'm the middle child.
I'm Zai, and I'm 18. I'm the youngest.
Okay. All right. Well, before we get started, I gotta ask because I mean it's on video, so they're gonna see it. What's with the cap and gowns? Well, no caps, it's the gowns.
Oh, so it's more of a celebration type thing. We just took some photos.
Okay.
So it's an accomplishment thing. They all graduated high school. So like one of the first in the family, in our immediate family, to have all their kids to graduate. So I'm the first of our immediate family to have all of my kids to graduate high school.
That's dope. Clap it up for y'all, man. Clap it up for y'all. I want to ask you. I'm gonna ask everybody, so everybody can answer. But I'm gonna ask you first. And you saying that, what did that symbolize to you?
Success.
Bring the mic up a little bit.
Success.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me
success.
some more.
I mean, greatness. I mean, it's kind of like an ego stroke too.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
If I had to be honest, like
I'm just asking,
I was
like,
a teen mom, so it's statistics behind it of not accomplishing certain things, stereotypes of being a teen mom, being a single mom. Like it's different stereotypes. So it's more proof that whether you're a single mom,
Yeah.
whether you are a teen mom, whether you're in poverty or not, like it's possible to raise 3 kids and they be smart, intelligent, well off, and not have no issues or no trauma or anything that they are lingering or holding on to simply because they came from a single household.
that's dope. That's dope. I'm gonna ask everybody else too. We could stop at the oldest, I guess. We'll go down the line. That's what we'll do. You gotta bring the mic up though.
Okay. I feel like this symbolizes that anybody can accomplish anything you put your mind to it. Like 3, I feel like in a group of 3 is a lot of stereotypes. Like 2 might graduate, 1 might graduate, but somebody else
Right.
will go like divide out to another track or go into a different lifestyle. And I feel like we all describe to be great human beings, and like it's proof showing that we all graduated.
That's dope. That's dope.
Give him the microphone. He's the least talkative one. So
Well, what that symbolize to you?
I guess that we all made it.
Okay.
that's it. How about you?
This is a problem for all of us. My mama especially. She did it. We did it.
You did it.
I do got a few questions just for the kids though. I'm calling y'all kids just because y'all her kids. I ain't saying y'all. I know y'all grown now, but you know, you first, the youngest. You got different colors on than them. I'm just asking. Did you lose a bet or something like that? Like, what made you go to West Side?
My first year, when I went to Lenny, my 9th grade year, it wasn't for me. I only went because we all was going down together. We had, me and my sister, my brother was playing football, then me and my sister was on the dance team, so we had all went.
Okay.
But that wasn't always my choice.
What West Side was for you though? It was.
Yeah, Westside was very welcoming.
Okay.
It was real,
Yeah.
very welcoming.
What about y'all? Y'all time at Laney. Talk about your time at Laney. How was it for you?
I had a great time at Laney for the most part. Except for when COVID hit. Like, I was there during the COVID year, so for the first 2 years, it was, like, really productive. A lot of people, like, participated in class, and we had a lot of, like, events. Like, we was constantly, like, having pep rallies, constantly getting stuff. But when COVID had hit, everything kind of slowed down. And eventually, when we got back to, like, my senior year, we did get back on track, had everything. But it still just kind of wasn't the same. But
Yeah.
they did pick up back
What
up.
did you experience at Atlanta though?
I really enjoy Spirit Week. Like when it's homecoming, I love homecoming. They do this big old thing. I feel like Laney has a lot of support, like with the community
Yeah,
wise.
yeah.
I feel like there's like a lot of support that comes with that community. Like they always show out, they always come out, and the parade. I love the parade. And then, like I said, Spirit Week.
I
For,
think
like, school.
Laney does have one of the best alumni
They do.
in the city. One of, but yeah.
One of them.
One of.
I said one of them.
Who better? Who better?
But you
I
know,
mean,
but
you
I
got
feel like
Josie down the street though,
better.
but
we still.
But talk about what did you achieve while you were at Laney? So doing because you graduated in 2022. So what did you achieve while you were at Laney?
Well, I did graduate as salutatorian, which was a good accomplishment for me, even though I was aiming for valedictorian. And I became Miss Laney. I was the captain of my dance team, the captain of my soccer team, and I did dual enrollment classes. So I was doing a lot, actually.
that's a lot, yeah.
You also did what outside of Laney and participating in everything? You had a what?
I had a job.
Oh, you were working too, so
Yeah.
you want all these
Was it
things.
required though?
I know, look, it wasn't required, but I just had a job because I liked making money. I still like making money, and I just don't like depending on my mom for everything. She
That's
already
what's
paid
up.
for everything.
You have a job?
I had a car.
She had a car.
Yeah, I just know you. I know you so like entrepreneur. You just like do your own things. So
No, I think they should very much experience the job experience because that's what made me jump into entrepreneurship. I don't believe that everybody is for entrepreneurship. I
Right.
don't think just because I'm an entrepreneur that my kids would be one, but I do want them to see that it's a difference when you make it. For me, it shouldn't take an hour to make $20. Right.
How long should it take since we're already here?
Huh?
How long should it take to make $20?
More so like under a minute.
Under a minute? Okay.
Yeah, a little bit.
We'll get into that later. I ain't
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah.
drag
But
that out
I
right
mean,
now.
overall, in order for them to understand the difference, because their mom has been an entrepreneur for
Long
majority
time.
of their life.
Yeah.
So a good bit, at least 10 years of their life, they've seen me be an entrepreneur. So they see the rewards, but they also see what's behind the scenes of being an entrepreneur. And it's more so like just pick your battle.
Yeah.
So, but they won't know what to pick if they don't experience it. So
I was just interested in that because I know how you are about the entrepreneurship or versus working. And but I do understand that them at least making their own decision at some point, But I did want to, you mentioned something earlier. You were saying that the statistics of like teen moms was kind of stacked against you. And then you having 3 kids that all graduated high school. And what that means and symbolizes for you and each of y'all. Do they know your story as well? You talk to them about your story and like just coming up and just being a teen mom and the stuff you endured?
Yeah. They know that I was in foster care. They know the lifestyle that I live as a teen. I've been a teen mom, but I was a responsible teen mom. So it wasn't like they were struggling while I was a teen mom. Like they didn't struggle, or I didn't struggle as a teen mom. Not like in the sense of what people would think. I just had normal growing into adulthood things, but they didn't really struggle with me being a teen mom.
I guess it's like a you and him question, but what it was like you being the only boy?
You feel no different.
It's cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
What do you mean you don't feel no difference? Like, what you mean?
Like from having like 2 boys and 2 girls.
You got 2 brothers somewhere?
No, I'm just saying.
No, I'll make sure. I was tripping. Okay. But like, you didn't feel no different kind of way, like
Nah.
having all women in the house, whole growing up. Like, what about like how? I guess where'd you learn it from? Where'd you learn like I guess any of your manly characteristics, of your manly tendencies? Or how'd you learn yourself? Like, how'd you learn just your gender? Football. So coaches, stuff like that. Okay. And what about you? Like, were you ever worried that it would be different for him? Cause it's also statistics of like the only boy in the house.
I'm not gonna say worried. I wasn't worried about him because I know I put him around people as he grew up that was kind of influential to him or impactful to like his upbringing. So because I put him around people of status or people that had like good intentions for the most part, that he wouldn't come out too bad for the most part. So I was never like really worried that he wouldn't like meet the status of being a man or a boy. He delays in certain things, but I didn't worry about him actually not being like a boy.
Yeah.
Man. Only because even him being the only boy, he wasn't technically the only boy. There was always like boys around, like his friends. Like I always adopted kids in
Okay.
a way. So like each one of my kids had their, say that again, kid?
I said cousins.
Right. So
Kids in
whether
the
it's
neighborhood.
cousins, whether it was neighbors, whether it was just friends, like I always had, everybody had their own friend circle. So if we're doing something, she would have her own friend, he would have his own friend, she would have her own friend. So I think that too helped too, because he always had people that was around his age that was friends.
But what about you? Like the balancing of parenting both genders. And I only ask this question because, he's a middle child, so I know some dynamics of that I've seen in my life. Where the boy is the oldest, and the two girls, they get treated, I guess, a little differently. He might feel away. I've seen some of the boys the youngest, and he get treated like royalty, but then the girls feel a different kind of way. So like, did you ever have a balance with that, with treating, I guess, having to parent each gender differently?
Yeah, so I think I balanced each one of them well for the most part. I think each one of them are uniquely different to me. Like, I only have one.
No, tell me. I want to know. Tell me.
Huh?
How they different? Tell me.
I mean, I only have one youngest. Even though it's two girls, there will never be another youngest.
Correct.
Right? I only have one older daughter. There will never be another older daughter. So that alone makes them unique and different alone. My son, there will only be one boy. Even though he's the middle child, he's still the only boy. So he's unique in that way. So managing like them individually, it wasn't hard to do because they're all uniquely different in their own way. So what y'all think? Y'all think it was hard to like manage y'all because y'all are all close together, really close together in age, like 18 months apart. So do y'all think it was hard to manage y'all as kids?
I don't think so, but at the same time, like, we all got our perks. Like, I got my perk as the oldest.
No, I want to know the perks. What's the perks?
I mean, I always sat in the front seat. I always got it.
She had a shotgun?
Every time. Like, it never fails. I always get first picked in everything. Anything I did, I always got to do it first. So any piercing, any type of tattoo or anything like that, I got to do first. Any activity, I got to try first. Like, but, you know, being the only boy, he was the only boy, he got his own room all the time because he was a boy. And then my sister, she's the youngest, so it's like she got babied a lot. Like, she the baby, give her that, give her this, she the baby. Like, so I feel like we all get our own perks.
But I know you said that you had to do everything first, but that has its pros and cons as well. Like, because there's nobody to tell you how to do it. You do it first, and you can tell them how to do it.
Exactly.
But nobody to do that for you.
I mean, I guess like growing up, you always had that mentality that you are the oldest. So like even still, like I didn't really see it like that. Just how are they supposed to learn if I don't do it first? I kind of got no choice since I am the oldest.
Okay.
So.
About the middle child, about you? What were some perks to being the middle child for you? Bring it close to your mind.
Ooh, let the girls tell it. He got a lot of perks.
I'm saying.
I don't know. She would always come to my football game. She ain't missed not one football game.
Oh, clap it up for you. What I'm talking about.
I got to do anything. I went to any school I wanted to.
You went to any school that you wanted to go?
Yeah. I could have went to a school in Atlanta if I wanted to. She would have moved all the way to Atlanta for us.
So what about them? What school they went to?
What school who went to?
The girls. If he went to a school in Atlanta.
No, he's saying that that I would allow him to go.
Oh, okay.
One of his perks is that he was able to be flexible in his schooling because he was the boy and he was an athlete.
Gotcha.
So he was saying like I would move. He had the choice to go to a school in Atlanta. He declined it, but if he had accepted it, we would have moved to Atlanta for him to go to school.
That's what I'm saying. So if y'all had moved, where would they have went to school at?
Huh?
If y'all had moved, where would they have went to school at?
She was already in college.
She was already in college. So when this decision
What about the Patriot?
she would have been at the same school that he would have been in.
Oh.
But
She wanted to do
move.
that?
We did move. We went somewhere else, and they were homeschooled at first.
I remember that. Okay,
They were
remember that,
homeschooled. So wherever we would have transferred, I probably would have did them homeschool first, and then let them ease into the new school system because they were in high school at the time. So it's kind of harder to break familiarity and go to a whole nother environment without being a culture shock. Okay. So being that it didn't have to be a culture shock, I would have put her in homeschool first, and then. Yeah, because in Georgia, you can put them in homeschool and they can still participate in activities in the school.
I hear that, yeah, I heard that.
But they also get to take classes at the school as well. So it don't have to be the full load. It can be 1 or 2 classes. So you would still get adapted to the environment, but more so eased into it as opposed to it being me just throwing her out into a new environment.
But I know you mentioned school. I know we talked before on the podcast years ago, and I wanted to mention it, but like, when you decided to stop working like for people and just working to yourself, What was that situation again? Was it an accident? Something I don't know. Something happened.
Yeah, so pretty much my son had got hit by a car.
Hit by a car.
Yeah, he had got hit by a car in the neighborhood.
Why are you laughing? What
Why
happened?
not? Why is
It's
that
not
funny?
funny, but it's not funny.
Why y'all? Wait, it hurt?
It did hurt.
I seen it happen. Like,
Oh, you was crying?
yeah. And Mama wasn't answering the phone when we was calling.
She was at work. Yeah.
She wouldn't answer the phone because she was at work. And we used to come from school and go to our grandparents' house. Someone was at work and she wouldn't answer the phone. She finally answered.
Well, can you tell me how it happened?
We was probably like 5. He was probably 7 or something like that. We on our mopeds that Mama had got us for Christmas.
Mama got y'all for Christmas. I want to
Yeah.
make note of that. Good job, Mama.
And we was outside playing like we always do after school. And then a van direct. He was like it's the curb and then like the little side part right there. He was right there. And then next thing you know, a little van just hit him. And he flew all across the yard.
Yeah, don't explain it that way. I'm not trying to laugh. I'm not trying to laugh. 'Cause I know it's not funny.
It's funny now, but because that went his first accident.
His last.
So
He's a habitual. He get hit by cars a lot.
no, he just
He just accident prone.
that.
Hey, what happened? Why you got hit? Like, what happened?
Why I got hit?
Yeah, like why where you was at to get hit? You was in the street.
No, I was like pulling into the street from the turn. He just came and hit me.
Did he stop? He said sorry or anything?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
He was gone.
Yeah.
Like,
No, he didn't leave the scene.
he didn't leave.
He
No,
didn't leave
I
the
mean,
scene.
Javaris
He
was gone.
actually,
He was knocked out.
he went to the hospital. The man, he stayed around. He did a police report or whatever to the nature. He wasn't injured like that. Like, he was just scraped up because he got
Yeah.
through. But he wasn't like, his bones wasn't broken or anything to that nature. But yeah, the
Thank
man,
God
he
for
stayed
it.
around and did the police report until.
He knew
Did
everything
I
was
get
okay.
there? I didn't come.
So tell me from
to
your
the scene.
perspective, like
Yeah, I
describe that
didn't
to
come
me
to the
from
same.
you.
I was at work, so when they called me, I was working at a call center at the time, and you couldn't have like your phones on the floor and stuff like that. So I think I went on break, and I answered the phone, and they told me that I had to. They told me he had got hit by a car, so I reached out to my manager and I asked him if I could leave. No, I had told him that my son had got hit by a car. If I'm not mistaken, he said I couldn't leave, and I told him I wasn't asking him. Like,
Yeah,
I wasn't asking him to leave. I was
Telling you.
more so telling him
Courtesy.
what happened, but I wouldn't ask him permission to leave. But just the mere fact that he thought that I needed his permission to leave did something to me. So I ended up leaving, though. I was good friends with like this police officer, and he like took me from my job all the way to the hospital in his blue lights. Like, him and another officer kind of like boxed me in and took me all the way through. So, but yeah, it wasn't serious, but like she said, it was traumatizing to her because she watched her brother get hit, and he did fly, according to the neighbors. He flew across the street like 20 or 30 feet. So,
Yo, why
it
y'all
was-
keep laughing at this stuff? What's up? Well, so I mean, when you heard this story, like, what'd you think about him? Like, 'cause he must be strong. He saying he break no bones, right?
I think that was just like the start of a multitude of just different stuff of injuries for him. Like, he's probably the one that's been in the hospital the most or been the doctor's visits the most. I mean, he's also an athlete, but outside of being an athlete, he's a boy, so he was doing boy stuff. Like, he ran into a pole.
Yeah.
You didn't see the pole?
I remember that one.
Yeah, at school, like he was outside at recess and he just ran into the pole like he was out there doing boy stuff. I guess they was playing football or whatever, but they was in elementary school at the time, so he ended up knocking out like his front 2 teeth, and
Jesus.
then he ended up doing it again. So
Knocking out his teeth again?
he ended up busting his eyebrow. Yeah, he ended up busting. They fixed his teeth. I paid for his teeth to get fixed, and then he ended up doing it again. Where this time knocking out 3 instead of 2. So doing
Jesus.
right again, being a boy. So,
You don't like your teeth? That's crazy.
but I mean, then he was playing baseball, and he didn't get injured playing baseball. He was at May Park, and he was just playing on the tables. the picnic tables down there and jumping from like one picnic table to the next one, and he didn't make it. So he fell and gashed up his eye. He bleeding everywhere, so we had to take him to the hospital for that. I don't know how many swollen thumbs, broken ankles, twisted something. Well, he didn't break an ankle. He always twisted his ankle or had some type of ankle injury, like all the time.
So,
but he spent a lot of time at the doctor just getting rehabilitated from being a boy.
Everything.
Pretty
Yeah.
much being a boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a dangerous one right there. I got
Yeah.
you.
So I mean, I think his boy experience was kind of filled with whatever he made it.
Who would you say, oh, I can answer that one too. Who the most dependable?
Who's the most dependable? Y'all, who the most dependable?
Kia.
I would say me.
I would say the girls. I would say the girls.
I say me.
But if I had to choose, like, most dependable, it's always going to be those.
Okay.
Okay, I can give y'all that.
You can get it up. Yeah.
But
Still run into it.
but I mean, I guess without like, do me if you could describe each of them. I'm gonna have them describe you in a minute.
Huh?
So describe each of them from like.
Describe each one of
Yeah,
them?
without the oldest middle child thing, but just describe them like how you view them, like they characteristics and what you see when you see them from all your life you've been knowing them.
Okay. So, kids very like studious. Like she likes to read. She's very quiet to herself for the most part. She's outgoing, but not outgoing. Like she's more so in a box. She stays to herself. She likes to handle things in her smaller circle. She's not like, even though she was like Miss Laney and the captain of her dance team, she kind of like naturally absorbed leadership positions. So it was just in her. People just naturally gravitate to her. So she's a leader by just presence. What else? How else can I describe Kia? Kia is me. So she's my mini-me.
That's how I was gonna
Like,
ask you. Who's
huh?
more like you? I was gonna ask you.
Yeah,
that.
so she's like my mini-me. She's like the better version of me.
What's better?
Huh?
What's better?
What's better? What makes her better? So she didn't have any kids while she was young.
Clap it
So
up for her real quick. You know what I'm saying?
that makes her
Gotta
extremely
clap it
better.
up for her. No kids. Come on now.
I do have college degree, so she's in college currently. So but she's in college for nursing, so that makes her better. I went to school, even though I went to school for like paralegal and accounting. Nursing is one of those fields that's gonna always be here,
Yeah.
and it's a growing career. So I feel like it's hard to be a nurse or to even be a nursing student. So that's a challenge within itself. But yeah, Kia is just like my all around kid. She's the most responsible, most reasonable. She's not like loud and outrageous. She's more so soft spoken, soft tone, and she knows what she's talking about. So to me, she's like a reflection of me, just heightened in this time.
Yeah, real quick. So who's unreasonable?
Who is what?
Unreasonable.
Unreasonable? Nobody.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well, she
nobody.
said him. She just pointed to him.
Javeer's unreasonable?
Some days.
Some days he's unreasonable.
That's two saying it now. So I don't know.
But okay, so he's not unreasonable to me, but in
Of
the
course
sibling
not.
field,
Yeah, of
right? In
course
the
not.
in the sibling field, I'm gonna let them have that because that be their thing. That don't got nothing to do with me.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna ask. You said you're in Kia.
Kia.
You can act. So describe your mom to me then. If you had to describe her to your friend or somebody asked about your mother, what would you say about her?
Okay. Very confident, very wise, very energetic. She always energetic when she meets new people. I don't know what it is. I'm not.
When I
like
what?
that. When she meet new people, I don't know how she do it. I just be like in the back. Eventually, I gradually kind of get it. But she always like that. It's like she has the ability to make other people comfortable around her. Very nurturing. But that's just come from being a mother, very caring. I always love how she always like took care of everybody. Like if I had a friend and like we were getting all this stuff, she wouldn't just lead them out. But like say we go to Chuck E. Cheese or something like that, and they didn't have no money, she would definitely pay for them so they could enjoy their time too. So like,
Even if they did, if
Right,
their mama
even if
sent
they
them with
did,
money,
they mama came with money,
she
she
still
still
gonna
take
pay
care.
for everything.
like that's what made them keep coming back. Honestly,
They ain't want to leave.
like, yeah. I love
Y'all
how
think
she.
y'all friendships was bought?
No.
No. They knew what.
But everybody definitely love our mama.
Definitely.
Okay. So you just describe your middle child. Describe him now. Your baby boy, your
describe
only
my
son.
son?
Your only son.
Oh, my son. Very athletic, very, very athletic, soft-spoken, reserved. He's to himself a lot, It's just one dimensional. How else can I describe him? Because he's really just laid back, like real laid back, chill. He don't bother nobody. Between him and his siblings, like they don't argue or nothing like that, but he's playful with his siblings. So, but he may not be as playful with other people. Like, like he just, yeah, he may not even entertain other people. But with his siblings, he definitely loves his sisters a lot, and he shows it. Just real reserved and laid back. Like he been this way all his life, so it's not really a description of him because he's been like laid back, chill, modest, just an athlete like his entire life. So it ain't much to describe him by other than that.
What about you? Like, describe your mom to you. Like, how would you describe your mom?
Fun. Definitely fun.
Definitely.
Yes. Kind.
Well, you even gotta describe. I want to ask you a different stuff. I want y'all to say the same thing. Like, just tell me for you, like, what's your best memory with your mom? Like, what's something that happened? Or I guess y'all went somewhere, or she did something for you that like that's like something you always remember her about.
Probably my best moment is seeing her at every game. That's definitely the best moments. Her coming to every game, supporting every game, recording every game.
That's what's up. What about so describe your youngest?
My youngest. My youngest is the most adventurous. She's the most outgoing. She's the most bubbly. Everybody loves her. So she's the one that people adapt to, but she don't like people, but people don't know that. Like,
Any of your kids like people?
huh?
Any of your kids like people?
I don't think necessarily they like people like that, but they not gonna show it.
Yeah.
But with Zai, she gonna show that she don't like people, but they're still going to gravitate to her. Like, she's not going to be intrigued or show interest in you, but you're still going to want to get to know her or want to be a part of her circle or in her space or get to know her, but she pays you no attention. So that's like.
What make you like somebody? Like, what is it about them sometimes that you be like, I don't like
Wait,
this
say it
person?
again?
Like, what is it about people that sometimes you like, I don't like this person?
Everything be throwing me off with people. One thing I could say that be throwing me off. I don't even know. Everything be throwing me off.
Everything be throwing you.
But it's like the people that I'm around, them the only people. Like anybody else, it's a no. But the people I'm already around know me. I mess with them. But anybody else, it's a no. Like,
Describe your mom. Like, if you had to describe your mom, how would you describe
I
her?
would say humble, very outgoing. Mom with me, but like nobody really be seeing that.
You said what? Your mama what?
Me, but nobody be
like
nobody really.
how she described you just now?
Yeah,
Oh
but-
yeah, I think I agree with that. Keep
Yeah,
going
but
You agree
nobody.
with that?
100%.
Nobody really
that.
like. She don't really show that, but yeah, very intelligent. She gon' don't play. She ain't gonna play with you about nothing. And yeah,
What's your favorite? Yeah, one of your favorite moments of your mom?
everything. How she come through for us. Everything, anything, whatever we want, whatever we need, she coming.
For each one of your kids, like what would be like your most proudest moment outside of them graduating, of course? But like, what's your most proudest moment for each one of your kids?
Oh, collectively, they don't have no kids. So that's collectively.
Oh, okay, I get it now.
Yeah, collectively, they don't have no kids. So that's one proud moment I am, because, baby, the way this world is, baby. But that's collectively. Individually, proud of. I'm proud of them being themselves. So always never needing like a fan club to be who they are, or never needing someone to validate who they are as a person in order for them to be something. So, like my son, he like real down to earth, He ain't with all that dressing up and all that other stuff. But he don't care if you if you say something like that. Like if you say, "Oh, why you dress like that?" or he comfortable.
Yeah.
And he gon' assume just that. Like I'm comfortable. Like what you talking about? I'm proud of each one of their confidence. Like each one of them display their own level of confidence in their own way. So that's something I'm extremely proud of. What else? I am proud of just who they are as people, if that makes sense. Like they're kind, they're generous, they're humble to a fault, to a certain extent. Like humble to a certain extent. But they're also unique in their own way. Like everybody has their own uniqueness about them. So I'm proud that I raised 3 different individuals. Like they're not, you can't say that they're the same. They won't even say that they're the same. Like even down to the things that they eat at home. Like nobody ate the same thing. Nobody like shares. Like everybody literally was their own individual person. So being that, I'm proud of the individuals.
Well, I'm just curious. I'm just asking these questions because I'm thinking about stuff now. Like, what was like y'all routine? Like, I guess coming up. Like, I guess once you started doing entrepreneurship, what was y'all routine like your day to day? Because they all younger at this point. It's like, what are you doing during the day? Like, what kind of school? How you got to school? Coming back home from school, doing schoolwork. Like, what was that like for y'all?
So when they was younger, life was busy. Either they were in football, dance, track, school events, whatever it is, it was busy. So like a normal daily routine is them going to school, probably going to 3 different schools, if that makes sense too. Like at one point in time, I was literally taking them to 3 different schools.
What was the idea behind that?
They wanted to. So as long as they did what they were supposed to do as kids, they could pick what school they wanted to go to, and I have no problem with taking them. When they're so close, huh?
I want to say that we always got to be ourselves. Like whatever we wanted to do, whatever, it don't matter. She was gonna, as long as we did what we were supposed to do on our end, she was gonna make it happen.
See, I had choices for the most part, as long as you did your job. Okay, that's dope.
So, y'all made me forget what I was saying.
But you were saying y'all gonna. I asked about the school thing because, like I said, they here and they've all graduated. So obviously academics was important, even though he played sports and they did other things and excelled at other things. Clearly, academics was important as well. So I just wanted to know what the regimen was. I asked that because today we talk about the schooling today. You be online. You see the going back and forth for the students and the teachers and the parents and stuff like that.
Right.
So I was wondering like how you was able, if at all, able to escape that kind of I guess title of like you're not doing this, you're not doing that.
I wouldn't say I escaped like Richmond County school system. It's just more so I learned about it. So I became more aware of the school system so that I can be more understanding of what they were telling me. And knowing the school system or understanding like the rules or whatever's governed behind it made me choose decisions like, okay, if you don't want to go to, y'all don't all want to go to this school, that's fine. Pick a school you want to go to and that's the school you're going to go to. But if you choose that school, you're going to finish it out. Like it has to be something extreme for you to stop going. But I think for me, I have experienced difficulties in Richmond County school system, but not on like an academic level.
Yeah.
Like I was the parent that was involved, so I knew what my kids was and was not doing. I didn't have to blame a teacher for something that they lacked in because it started with me first. Like
that's what I'm asking. Like say they come home, so like who helping who doing the work? Is it you helping the youngest and then here helping the middle? Like who helping who? I'm trying to figure out how y'all did that at home. I know it's a village, and everybody doing stuff because she naturally
initially
it's
me. So their younger is me that's helping with homework. My oldest, when she was like 4 or 5, like kindergarten, first grade, she stayed with her grandparents. And they helped her with homework.
Okay.
But from that point on, it was me. As she got older, maybe the oldest would help the 2 youngest with their homework. And pretty much everybody kind of formed their own independence, so they didn't need help from each other because
Gotcha.
they were established enough in their academics to do their homework themselves. And I think that was something else that I breeded responsibility in the home, so they would take responsibility for doing certain things, like doing your homework. Like nobody has to be over you to do your homework. That's something that you need to do. So I think that's something that we just I automatically established in the home, and they just followed with it.
Got you. Y'all got any particular that you can say, of course, on camera? Don't say nothing crazy, but like, any particular story, like from your mom that you kind of seen her go through and you learn from that, whether it be something like, I don't know, you slipped and fell. I'm not saying you did. I don't know. Maybe you did. I don't know. But like, you slipped and fall and something happened, or something that you see her go through and you see her like kind of blossom through, and you like, I like that from my mom. Like that made me think about this.
We really never really seen Mama go through a lot because everything on our end, everything was peaches and cream. Like we ain't never seen the bad part until we probably got a little older. But yeah, but it wasn't like nothing like, oh my God, like no.
I don't really have anything, but this is like an old memory. I was really, really young. And like, we was living, I don't know, somewhere in the bottom. And like, I know my mom, she slipped and she fell. And she busted her knee and like she cried. All I heard was screaming out of nowhere, just a bunch of screaming. And then like she left and she was gone for hours. And I was young and I know like my thought process, I was like, where did she go? Is she okay? I was really, really worried. And like I wanted to be in the loop. And I think that kind of like made me start to think about stuff like how I wanted to like be a part of the house, or like what role I wanted to be established, like because I wanted to be in the know. So like I feel like that particular instinct kind of solidified like me being the oldest.
What about for you? And I'm glad you said that because you are the oldest. Like, was there ever a time where like you might have known something? You might have known something, right? But you felt like you knew it, but they was too young to know it. So you ain't tell like, did you have to like keep certain things from them so that they can be kids? I guess.
I guess in a way, yes and no. Like my mom did keep a lot of stuff separate, but I mean there are small stuff that you feel like you got to keep separate away from them just because, like, they young, let them be, like, kids and stuff like that. And, like, but I don't think it was anything too big, nothing I really can remember.
But y'all all they're not too far apart. Like, how old are they far apart from the oldest to the youngest?
So they're currently 20, 19, and 18. So they're 18 months apart. And she'll be 21 next weekend. Why you say that? Wait.
I'm about to ask a question. I'm about to ask. Was that planned? You did it on purpose? Like
I did not do that on purpose.
That's what I was gonna hit the button. I said I ain't gonna hit the button.
You say it.
She was being fast.
I was like, you couldn't wait. It was just you could have did 2 years in between or something.
Is that what's your favorite scene about this?
You said 20.
It's such a big accomplishment for my sister because she had three of us before she was 20. Before she was 21 or when she was 21.
Jesus.
So yeah, that's why it's a big thing. My sister is 21, she don't have no kids. My brother don't have no kids, I don't have no kids. It's a blessing.
No, definitely is. What was your mindset?
She'll say that she traumatized us with having kids.
What?
She did.
Oh, you're saying that I traumatized y'all with having kids? What does that mean?
Having them early, maybe.
Yeah.
What
Or
does
back
that
to back to
mean?
back to
Right,
back.
having them early. But why do you say I traumatized y'all
I ain't
with
gonna say
it?
traumatized, but like she enforced so it was a no. Once she got older, she said she not watching no kids. She not doing none of that. She's gonna be outside, basically.
That's exactly what she said. I'm gonna be outside. Y'all gonna be on y'all.
I ain't give y'all no ideas, but she'll watch the kids though. don't get no ideas though. But for you, like when you were 22, what was your mindset like when you would wake up in the morning? 'Cause you had 3 kids at 22, right? You were 22, you had 3
I
kids.
had 3 kids at 20.
Shit, I'm sorry. So when you wake up, scratch that. When you turn 21, what'd you do for your birthday?
Nothing. I didn't celebrate my birthday. I didn't celebrate my birthday until I was like 20. No, probably my 28, 27.
So every day your birthday went by, you just say, hey, oh well.
So my birthday fell during school. So my birthday is August the 8th, and it falls during the registration and first week of school. It always fell during the first week of school. So it was like back to school. I'm a single mom. I got 3 kids. The focus is to make sure that they got all the stuff that they need to go back to school. It's not my birthday. And then at the time, we was paying the car registration fee, and it wasn't $20. because my birthday is August 8th. So at that time, we was paying the sales tax on the tag, whatever it's called, but the registration for our vehicles at the time, and it wasn't $20 for a sticker. It was $200, $300, $400 for the sticker, depending on what type of car you had at the time. So that was an expense. Yeah, that was the expense, and then them going back to school was an expense by itself. So I never really celebrated my birthday until I got probably in my late 20s. Like, yeah,
So
probably.
it was more so because you had to make sure you got them right for school more than
Right.
you can have the funds or whatever to celebrate the time
Right.
to celebrate. Okay.
Right.
All right. Nobody
And
just-
not wanting to miss like that. Like I don't want to miss. I feel like the first week of school and stuff was like crucial to my kids. Like if I'm out of town for their first week of school, how are they get acclimated to the environment? How do I know, what kind of environment they're in? Or it's just more so a mom thing for me that I needed to be there while their first week of school, first month of school for the most part. Like it was not important to celebrate my birthday.
You got a lot of accomplishments though. Over the years since I known of you, yearly, and then here and there you pop up and do this, and it's a big thing. Where you rank, your kids graduate from high school as on your accomplishments list?
Number one.
Was that something that you like kind of like had in the back of your mind, or was it something you kind of realized like once your youngest was about to graduate, like damn, I did it? Like how long you been thinking about this accomplishment?
So it was a little weird with my son. I always knew the girls.
Why you say that in pause like
I
that?
always knew the girls was gonna score, but my son, it was a little.
Why he worried you?
Huh?
Why, what about him made you worry?
He's a hands-on person. There's not an academic program out here for hands-on people. So Richmond County isn't a hands-on learning environment, and he struggled learning because it wasn't a hands-on environment.
Makes sense.
So it was just his boredom with school. Not that he was bored of getting in trouble and it's like that. He was not a troubled kid. He just didn't care as much as them two did as far as their grades and stuff like that. Like, Kia emailed a teacher when she was like in the 5th or 6th grade about her grades. So she is like very serious. Like she sent me the email after she had already sent the email to the teacher. Wasn't it? No, you was in 9th grade. Were you in 9th grade?
It might have been 6.
No, she was in middle school. So she was in middle school and they wasn't putting in the grades in the system.
And it bothered her.
It was bothering her a lot. So she typed up an email and she sent it to the teacher. And then she sent me the email after she sent it to the teacher. And she was serious about her grades. I wasn't necessarily, I ain't gonna say that serious about her grades, but she ain't gonna let nobody play with her grades. Like, she know what work she done did and stuff like that. But my son, on the other hand, he could be, as long as he passed, he cool. Like,
Yeah, athlete.
yeah. As long as he passed, and I wasn't stressing that. Like they wasn't in a household where, oh, you got to make all A's, you got to make all B's. Nah, you just got to show up.
Yeah.
You just got to show up and be present, like every day, and do your best. And I knew he was doing his best for the environments that he was working in. So, but it was a challenge for him. We kind of struggled with that, but we came together. We made a plan. I put him in homeschool, and I brought him back to speed to where he needed to be academically to perform in Richmond County. So he's
You mentioned this a few times, and you said a lot, but you mentioned a few times that single mom. So how tough was it to do it alone?
I'm not gonna say being a single mom was tough. I just didn't sign up to be a single mom. So being a single mom wasn't like a tough thing. It was just I didn't sign up for it. I didn't sign up to be a single mom. I would have never had 3 kids.
Back to back to back.
Right. To be a
I just want to make sure we kept making sure everything's straight. So.
He put that emphasis on it.
He had to add flavor to it, like, but yeah, I would have never had 3 kids back to back. So I'm not gonna say like, for me, being a single mom wasn't hard. To be a mom, because we throw the single in there only because it's only me, but it wasn't hard being a mom. I just didn't sign up to be a single mom.
You didn't sign up to do it alone.
Yeah, I didn't sign up for that part. So.
Was it? I mean, like I said, I know we mentioned earlier about how he might have felt coming up, but was that hard? Well, I guess for both, really, because even girls, they want to be daddy's girl sometimes. Was that hard? Like, I guess for y'all, I ask y'all. I ain't gotta ask her. I ask y'all. Like y'all have friends that got their dad, or maybe their daddy's girl, or maybe they in school talking about their dad. Like did it bother y'all? Did it affect y'all at all? Did y'all feel like y'all could do the same thing? Want to do the same thing?
No, cause I don't always like what that supposed to say. Mom was so loud, I never noticed nobody else wasn't there. Like it wasn't.
And like for a while, like it just you didn't notice that he wasn't around. Like it didn't really start like clicking until you started getting to like the older years. So like I really didn't notice that I had an absentee father until like I want to say 8th grade, going into high school, like when you start like really developing like an understanding of like the world.
Yeah.
And that's when I realized like, oh, like
I'm just curious though. Like what was it like? What was your understanding like? Was
What
it
happened that you felt like you needed your dad?
Yeah, was it something you saw, or was it something like you just like started clicking like, yo, it's crazy. We ain't got no dad. Not
yeah,
like that, but
yeah,
you know.
kind of like that. Exactly like that, actually. Like, you know, like I knew my mom and my dad wasn't together, but when you're young and you just I saw him. Like I was like, okay, I know where he's at. I know where he be at. He comes to visit every once in a while. But like once I realized I got older and I'm like, oh, like he don't show up for birthdays. he don't pay for anything. He don't help around with anything. Like everything I want and everything I need, I go to my mom about, and that kind of clicked when I got to 9th grade. And mom was like, yeah, you know, I only do this by myself. I was like, oh, you really only do this by yourself.
Yeah,
Like
you never
that's
thought about
when
it
it
like
really
that.
clicked, you know, it wasn't really like just seeing other kids have their dad. Cause like I got a dad, I just don't have a present father.
Got you. Okay, that makes sense then.
Was I a bitter mom? A bitter baby mom?
She could have been, but she wasn't. So I feel like she really could
you
be.
answer.
I
Oh,
I really didn't care.
yo,
Yeah, I didn't care.
Why though?
I just didn't.
It was.
I ain't know him.
You said what? You don't feel like you needed your dad?
Yeah, not at all.
Not at all. You can't miss something you ain't never had.
Really. I just feel like Mama just did a good job.
I did a good
Yeah,
job.
we didn't really need him. Facts.
But no, we really do have serious conversations. Like I really do ask my kids if they need to go see a therapist about it. Like they didn't have a dad, so if you're thinking about it, go see a therapist. Like go talk to somebody. You may not feel comfortable with talking to me about him not being present. So go talk to somebody. And I always ask them, like I've been asking them for years, like, do y'all feel like y'all need to talk to somebody? Are you traumatized by your dad not being here? Do you feel like you need your dad? And just being open to if they felt like they need him, like he can come back in their life today. I wouldn't stop him. I ain't stopped him before. So
well, I'm gonna ask because we spoke about it. I feel like I need more clarity. Just for me personally, now what people watching gonna say, but like, so what's the relationship with y'all dad now? Like for each person, is it different for each person? Is it all the same? Is it like y'all all feel the same way? Y'all all got the same relationship with him, or y'all some closer, some not closer?
it's probably all the same. We just text and answer.
Well, how successful are y'all?
I mean, it's
You,
just
you too?
You said
You text and ask money? Y'all be getting it?
yeah.
Oh, that's good. Man,
But at no, with like beginning, yeah. Now, not too much.
y'all doing too much now. Huh?
Like, I wouldn't even say that. Like, where was you at the first, you know, the formative years? Like, he didn't come back into my life till I turned 16.
But see, that right there, I feel like when your mom says something about like needing, I ain't saying you need therapy, I don't know, but I do feel like this coming up, and your mom probably said the same thing. There's gonna be a point in your life where you're gonna be thinking about it. Like, you know how you said you got to 8th grade, 9th grade, you start thinking about it? At one point, you're like, you know what, this is crazy. Or you might have your own kids. And you're like, you know what, you're gonna start like to, I guess, dislike him again. It's how it be sometimes. Sometimes life like,
I feel like I always gonna dislike certain things that he did, but it's just after a while, and I kind of like, as I got older, I realized I wouldn't want somebody that type of character in my life in the first place. You know, somebody that don't finish what they start, that disappear when things get tough and hard, or when they dislike a situation, even though that's responsibility. I wouldn't want somebody like that in my life anyway, or somebody that believed that just because you give money, that means something more than an actual person, like actual connection with another human being. So it's just, you know, that after that, you know, you just gotta let it go. Cause I ain't gonna get no closure from it, so you just gotta let it go and let God at the end of the day.
But do you ever feel like, are y'all ever nervous to text him and ask money, or I just be like, whatever? It would make y'all do it. what makes y'all text ask money?
I ain't got no
You
money.
don't do nothing else.
She said, I ain't got no money.
ain't got no money. Like,
So why you ask your mom?
what you mean? She give enough. Like, you, what
That's what I'm
does
saying. So I'm only asking that because I wonder now. Maybe she don't do it. I just wonder if she'd be like, ask your daddy.
I mean, she paid, like, this is just the money I pay him and stuff. Like, I want to do, like, extra stuff, but she paid for everything else, like, my phone bill, my cable, like, my food. Like, she paid for all my necessities, and if I really, really need it, then yes. Like, and I just always think, like, I didn't ask for stuff for so long. Like he could at least give, like, little 100, little 200. You know, that ain't nothing too crazy.
That ain't nothing too crazy. Yeah.
Exactly.
100-200.
That's the bare minimum.
Bare minimum.
Bare minimum, like. But
We spend that on end of the day.
What about you? So do you ask them? Do you tell them to ask their dad for money?
Huh?
Do you tell them to ask their dad for money at all?
Have I told him to ask their dad for money? Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I'm asking because I want to know like from a mother's perspective. 'Cause I had
Yeah,
all
but
my
it
listeners-
ain't like a go ask your dad type thing. It's more so like ask your dad. But if he say like some certain stuff, I'll say like an incident that happened last week. Not an incident, but like if he say he gonna give them something and he don't do it, I feel obligated to do it, if that makes sense. So like last week, he said he was gonna send my son like $40 or our son $40. It was a little delayed. So I was just feeling like if he didn't send it that, oh Lord, here go another burden. Like I would have to like fix another situation I got to fix. But he don't know how many situations I've had to fix due to his letdown or him not coming through or not fulfilling his word. So yeah, I do tell him to ask pretty much for fun too, just so they can see like the difference in parenting too, and the importance of picking the right partner, picking the right person to have kids with, like because if they get to experience it, they'll make better decisions when it comes down to having kids.
But for that picking the right partner, how do you explain that to them? How can you get them to do that?
I have them look around at society. I have them look in their environments. Their environments tell a lot. They're going to school in Richmond County all 12 of their years. They can probably count on one hand how many kids had fathers in 12 years of schooling. How many kids in their classrooms that had fathers?
I guess and I'm asking anyway. I'm just asking. Like for you, like when you was younger, right? Like what did you miss, or did you think you missed that you see now that you didn't see then?
About what?
I mean, I guess I'm assuming you feel like you picked the wrong partner. I'm assuming. So
Yeah, I do feel like
what
I
did you
picked the
miss
wrong-
though? What did you miss?
Oh, with my kid's father?
I ain't want to say no. I just want to. What did you miss?
What did I miss? No,
Yeah.
you got to be specific.
I'm-
So,
you
about
ain't
I think you mean
said-
like the red flags, mama.
Oh,
I mean,
the red
damn.
flags?
Shit. Yes. Thank you. What you miss?
Oh, with my kid's father?
Sure.
What red flags did I miss? I'm not gonna say I missed red flags per se. When
Or
I
ignore.
met my kid's father, I was 14, he was 21.
We
So
can stop right there. Hold on. Okay. So I only asked that for that reason. That's what I'm asking because I'm trying to figure out to me like how are you portraying it to them for like what you do's and don'ts.
okay.
That's why I was asking that question because you said you want them to pick the right partner. So I'm trying to figure like well what did like let them I guess gain off your mistakes. That's what I'm saying. So one
First,
he was too old. to you.
don't date somebody
That's grown.
That's that far of an age gap for one. You really shouldn't be dating nobody that when you're 14 anyway. So that's something you shouldn't be
I
doing.
like that idea.
So
I like that idea.
they successfully did that. Yep, collectively, everybody successfully did that. What else? Not vetting the person that you're dating. Like, more so like background, who they are, where they come from, who do they value, what's their integrity, what's their values, like what's their character, like what's the morals. Like you can be infatuated with someone and you can be lusting over someone initially because of that initial high, but it can overpower like common sense stuff or just things that you need to know about a person because I ain't gonna say love them because I hate that, but the infatuation phase of the initial encounter between you and someone can be detrimental to how you take the relationship. And I feel like that's where me and my kid's father was, is that we were both infatuated or lusting over each other. And that's how we produced 3 kids. But I always tell my kids, I never knew their father. Like, I didn't know his favorite color. I didn't know I never knew like basic stuff about him. Like, of course, I met his mom, knew his dad, stuff like that. But as far as him, like, I never knew him. Like, I couldn't describe who he was. All I know is this man showed up, like, he was taking care of me and stuff like that. But we ain't have like deep, intimate conversations. We ain't really have no substance. We was just really sleeping around, and we produced kids, and we were in a relationship. But there were no substance behind it. There was no getting to know him. And I feel like even with us having 3 kids and him being, he was a provider, of course. He was a provider. He was taking care of his kids, so I'm not going to take that from him. While we were together, he definitely took care of his kids. But I still didn't know him. Like, I didn't know who he was. And I feel like that's something that I teach my kids to do, is vetting the person, making sure the person has some type of integrity, dignity, where their morals at. Like, instead of looking at the aesthetics of the person, pay more attention to the person's heart. Like, what they stand for. Like, do they have a purpose? Are they driven? Certain stuff that means more, that'll hold you accountable. If you have certain characteristics about yourself, you'll be a stand-up person. You'll be a stand-up father. Like, but it starts with that person. And I feel like that's what I teach my kids, is that getting to know the person beyond the surface. Because if the person stands for something just for themselves, then you don't got to really worry about them doing low interest energy stuff like not taking care of their kids, because they have, a standard for themselves to not look that way. So I think that's something.
Now I was trying to make sure I ain't cut off. My bad. All right. And then so, but with I guess the aspect of just the being single, like what was that like for you? Not maybe in the beginning years, but once you started to do entrepreneurship, like how were you able to still do what you need, do what you could do for them, meanwhile still trying to work on your own and making money for yourself?
Do for my kids, like take care of them.
Yeah, like just because it's gonna fluctuate because you're an entrepreneur, so there's gonna be some nice months and some months where it's like, hey, I don't know.
I think I've always been responsible, like a money manager person. Like, I've always been responsible. I've always been one to be able to handle money well. So even if there was a down season, I probably prepared for that down season. I didn't just jump into entrepreneurship blindly. Even though I call myself a forced entrepreneur, I didn't just jump into entrepreneurship. Like, I had a savings account. I had, savings rather. And if there were slower months or something to the nature in business, I prepared for it. Because you can kind of tell what's going to be slow, what's not.
Yeah.
Unexpected expenses, stuff like that. It's just certain stuff I would just not do. And then I think a major role that kept me out of being in the hole was the fact that I don't celebrate certain holidays. Like, we don't celebrate Christmas, but it doesn't mean that they don't get anything. Like, they got stuff throughout the year. They got, if they cell phone tore up in January or February or October, they got a new phone. Phone then. They tablet tore up, they got a new tablet then. So certain stuff, by the time Christmas came, it was like, what am I going broke for when they have everything that they need? Clothes.
When you stopped celebrating Christmas?
I stopped celebrating Christmas when they were like, when Kia probably was like 7 or 8. Yeah, when she was about 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, and then like just for like what they've grown to be, I guess I'm just asking like, who you most surprised in? Like, who surprised you the most out of all your kids?
No one.
Most surprised. I'm sorry. Who surprised her the most for like their growth?
As far as growth?
What they are now versus what you might have thought when they was younger.
No one.
So everybody doing exactly what you thought they were gonna do? Mm-hmm. That's dope.
Yep. I'm not surprised by any one of my kids at all.
But I don't mean in a bad way. I mean like, okay, I just meant like
even growing into the young adults that they are, I'm not surprised. I kind of could tell which direction each one of them was going to go, but I'm also their role model. So they listen to me, too, for guidance. So I guide them where they're going to because they look up to me. So everybody that you see in their current form is pretty much they took the guidance of, even though they had their own individual mind, they could do whatever they wanted to do. They lean more into my guidance than just following their own. Right. And I always tell them, like, it's nothing wrong with them following their own road. I'm cool with that. I don't have no set road for them, but if they want direction, I'm here to help them.
Yeah. This is more so for you, this question I got. My last question I got, though. When you think about this social media, because you got a big presence on social media as well. When you think about social media, what are you laughing for? When you think about social media, and you think about maybe people's ideology of you, whether they say, oh, you bash men or you joke a lot, whatever. Do you think this is surprising for anybody to see this? I think when I first met you, I think that's one thing I told you. The first thing I told you, we used to always joke back and forth, but when I realized like how good of a mom you was, and I don't like to see social media, I ain't know for real. But I started taking you seriously. I was like, oh, she a good mom.
Yeah, you thought I was a little child.
I thought you was
like
a kid.
Younger than you, like a kid.
Yeah, I did. I swear to God, I thought you was a
crazy.
kid because you had a profile picture that looked like a kid to me.
That's crazy.
To me, I mean, you're older than me. I didn't know that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I told somebody the other day. I said, yeah, I thought you was a kid when I first met her. I wouldn't believe you would say something. I'd be like, haha, yeah, okay, whatever. I'm thinking you high school or some shit. I'm like, what you talking to me for? I didn't know at the time. This is years ago. This is like 2018, 2019, something like that. 2018, yeah, I don't know.
You really thought I was a child, like for real.
I didn't with Delaney. I ain't nobody with Delaney like that. I don't Josie's. I don't know like Delaney like that. So I was like,
One of those.
yeah, Eagle. What's wrong with that?
Nah, yeah.
But yeah. So like, do you think that people that don't know you know you now, mind you, social media is a different world. But do you think people that don't know you like that and they see this, like, you think it's shocking to them?
Nah. I don't think they'll be shocked that I'm a good mom. Because I think people in the social media world, they know that I'm intelligent. They know that I'm a good mom because I've also displayed that I'm a good mom on social media.
Yeah, I agree.
So I don't think that this will shock them. I think what will shock them is how well my kids speak, especially like my oldest daughter. Like, because it's in the new venture that I have, the new page that I have, the Augusta Explain page, people consistently say stuff like, oh, it's AI that's writing. Oh, it's chat GTP, whatever, is the one that's writing it. Y'all do know you have to tell that tool what to do. So in order for it to work, you still have to be smart enough to type in what you want it to do. So like I put on one of my posts, it's a tool. Just like Facebook is a tool. Facebook has Meta AI. If it says, do you want me to correct this? Of course. I used Grammarly for years. It's crazy that nobody calls out using all the other spelling tools, but the only one they hone in about is ChatGTP. Like, you still have to be smart. Like, you still have to be educated. You still have to be intelligent to work these tools. Do I use ChatGTP? Yes. I tell ChatGPT to format the format that everybody keeps seeing consistently over and over and over again. I'm going to speak that into this microphone, and I want them to format it correctly how I say it, and I want it to be done in my tone. Without being educated or typing in and stuff, ChatGPT types nothing. It doesn't spit out anything. Without me inputting something in it, it doesn't spit out anything. But just off the tone, like the way I write, the way I communicate, I didn't just start communicating like this. I just found a way to get people more intrigued in my communication style. I always wrote long posts. I used to be arguing with people in comments on long dissertations. I wish Red would come out and say it, but he already know. Like, me and him used to go back and forth, like paragraphs for days, like back and forth. And this was before ChatGTP became the thing, or whatever you want to call it. And I always tell people, like, research me. Like, I've been doing this. I've been calling people out. I've been speaking on stuff. Like, I didn't just start just because it's a common thing, but you can't duplicate authenticity. Like, we see ChatGPT being used. We see it consistently. Even like the sheriff department, I see them now implementing in their posts and stuff like that. You can tell, but you can't duplicate authenticity. You can't, like, nobody can copy that. Like, this is, if you watch this or in even other videos, you're going to be able to see me in my writing. You just will. You're going to be able to see it. But I think people won't be necessarily shocked, but they'll be shocked at like my kids and what they say about me or whatever to the nature, because I am like very vocal or headstrong, and just contrary to popular belief, my kids aren't social media kids. They don't be on social media. They don't care for social media, like at all. So, I mean, behind the scenes, they be in group chats and shit, especially that one. But
Yeah, she's looking around.
Yeah,
I wasn't trying to put you on the spot. I just was looking. Just,
yeah, no, she be behind the scenes. She more low key. She real a private social media person. She one of them people that watch but don't do too much on social media. But the other two, they ain't social media people.
That's good. Well, I mean, I guess I'll let y'all end with like just saying, like, what's something you want to tell your mom you never told your mom before, like you want to tell her now? Why you got this camera on you, your hair all done, and you know, everybody looking done up.
I love you.
He
said
said
that before.
something that you ain't never said before. Is what he said. Do y'all feel like y'all had a bad upbringing? As like anything that y'all would change about your upbringing? Was I strict?
Yeah.
I was strict.
In the beginning, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, the formative years, she was very strict.
Discipline.
Get some order and stuff.
Get in order.
Definitely in the beginning, but
In the beginning. You don't want to tell the story about how you was on punishment for 30 days? And I made your
A long
room like a
punishment.
jailhouse? No? Okay.
can't even remember what he did.
I forgot.
Can't even remember what you did.
When was that?
Huh?
When was that?
It was about a fidget spinner.
What? Oh, wow.
Want to put any classes?
I don't
No,
really
he took
know.
it out of Walmart. And told us that he seen one of his friends, and the friend gave it to him.
Oh.
And so I told him that I'm gonna go. I told him I went back to Walmart, and then they pulled the cameras, and he was like 6 at the time. 6.
Oh, he
or
stole
7.
it.
Yeah, and he basically the fidget spinners was just sitting, like they were out. They wasn't like packaged or nothing
Yeah.
like that. So yeah, I guess he thought that they was just like toys that he can just take, and because they was open to the public. But it was the lie. The reason why he got put on the punishment, it was the lie. It was so detailed. Like, he was like, he ran into one of his friends. Like, and we was trying to figure out when he left us in Walmart. Like, he was like, he ran into one of his friends in Walmart on the other aisle when I was on another aisle. And they just gave it to him. I said, so somebody just gave you their toy. And it was real popular at the time. It wasn't one of them. Like, the fidget spinners was extremely popular, so I was like, ain't nobody just give you no fidget spinner. So, and because he lied, I stripped out. I ordered a jail suit from Amazon.
Oh my God.
I stripped like his room. I put like a wanted poster on his wall, saying he was like wanted. Took his TV and stuff out. I made him wear a uniform.
See, she always been creative.
Yeah, that's funny though.
Yeah, I made him wear black and white to school, like every day. So, I mean, we had no problems no more, but, you know.
So he stopped stealing after that.
Yeah, we had no problems.
Job well done then. I said job well done then. Y'all got any questions for y'all mom?
Nothing that you haven't already asked. I don't really have anything.
Got nothing.
You got any questions for them?
I always got something. Yeah, I always got something.
I don't have nothing.
What do you tell people when we talk about your dad? Or you being a baby child, what could I did better with you being the baby I should have did with instead of having y'all back to back?
Had me with another dad.
Oh wow.
Or a little later.
Hey, I ain't against that now. You could have
I would have been
spread it
happy
out.
being the only child for a couple of years.
I mean, yeah, it's a couple. She ain't asked for too much.
My son don't complain though. He cool with where he fit at in
Because
his
he the
saga.
boy.
He the only boy. That's why
He
he
always
cool
been a
with.
little spoiled.
He been spoiled. Y'all keep saying that like he was spoiled. Why y'all feel like he was spoiled?
Because he was.
What did he get? Y'all didn't get.
What, like, all the athletic stuff you could want in the world. Like, I never seen nobody do something like that. Like, he got custom cleats every year. He had got a custom helmet one year. A custom helmet.
Well, he running the stuff. He need a
I
helmet.
get that too. But other people ain't had that. What was I
You wanted
getting?
your own helmet?
What was I getting that was custom?
You ain't getting no custom books to read, no like that?
Right. No, I'm just playing. I don't need no custom books. But you know, like,
But I think it's dope. I just think that everybody got a good camaraderie. Like, remind me of probably me and my siblings. Like, remind me of the same thing. Y'all close with your mom. So I said, only thing I can give you as far as advice is just love your mom while she's here, and well and able, and take what you can take from her. Whether it's cooking, I don't know if you cook. I don't know if you cooking now, but cooking.
Can I cook, y'all?
yeah, she can cook.
Yeah. Took a little minute. I was making sure. Okay. Well, like out of 10, what is it like?
This is a 10.
10 out of 10.
It's a 10 out of 10.
All right.
For sure.
I'll take their word for it, man. But I think just love your mom and do what you could do as far as doing it for her and help out long as you can. So you just never know. So but I do think that you're a good mom. I told you that a long time ago. I think you had a good story, and I clearly know they didn't know your story. I could tell from how they mannerisms that they was raised well and they learned a lot from you though. So I definitely give you your kudos on that too. You did a good job though, for real.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, everybody spoke
Appreciate
well, so I definitely like that. That was dope. I thought they would come in here and be shy, but no, they always just like you for real. They all just talk, just chill, yeah.
Y'all just chill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. He's still the most quiet. He don't have much to say. He's just here to
That's for now,
observe,
eh?
to protect,
I give him like 5 years, he'd be all right. Yeah.
By 5 years, he'll be all
Promise
right.
you, 5 years, yeah. That's it, yeah, 5 years. Or get his own family, he'll talk.
Or
then.
he
I
start
guarantee
talking.
you.
Yeah, I
guarantee
believe that too.
All right.
He need to hurry up.
Hold on now.
you. All right, yeah, that's not.
A little too much, huh?
Too much departure.
Too much, huh? She asked for a little too much. Just a little too much, huh?
I'm asking for a little too much.
Let everybody get their life together.
What y'all want to do? Like, what y'all gonna be when y'all grow up? Like, y'all going to school,
Yeah, she's
college?
not speaking.
Oh,
Y'all going to college? Anything?
Oh, I'm in college.
So what you in school for?
Nursing.
Okay, and then you?
when I graduate, I'm doing real estate.
Okay, got you. And what you trying to do? I was gonna say, I said, did I say that to you the other day? I said he should go military. He should.
Yeah, you did. You
All right,
did.
where you gonna go? Army, Navy, which one? Air Force. Probably that's the best one they say. So yeah. What you waiting on? Why you not there yet? You just gonna chill for a minute? Don't hurt yourself.
Oh, no, he don't got nothing but till August. He gonna need to make a decision.
Oh yeah,
Before
but
the third-
they make good money though, for real. Like you could really make
They
good
do
money.
not make good money. They just
In
have
the
great
military?
benefits.
In the military?
Yeah.
Oh, you out of pocket? They do. I don't know what's good money. You might make $100,000 a year. I don't know. So maybe I don't know. But I'm thinking like depending what he score, and going there.
I think he needs to do it simply for the discipline that it brings in people's lives. The discipline, the structure,
Yeah.
and
But
and
if he
the-
move in rank though, he make good money. They make $100,000. It's depending on rank you are. You make good money. 401k, pension, all that stuff.
there's great benefits in being in the military.
No health. He got paid for health insurance. Technically speaking, that's money.
Yeah, he
in your
definitely.
pocket.
That's one of the reasons why he need to be in there.
To
'cause
judge.
So he definitely so that somebody will cover his health insurance because he definitely accident prone.
Yeah. This was dope, man. I appreciate y'all coming through, man. This was good.
Me too.